Imagine you are just 2 years old, peacefully sleeping at home, when suddenly, boom, a bomb drops on your house. In a single moment, your entire family is gone. Only you and your father survive. To protect you, he carries you deep into the jungle, away from war, away from people. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, months into years. And soon, it's been 40 years. You've never seen another human being, never spoken to anyone except your father. You don't even know that women exist. Sounds like fiction, right? But this is a real story. The man you see on your screen is Hovan Lang, who spent 4 decades hidden in the jungles of Vietnam. And when he finally returned to civilization, he faced a shocking truth. While he and his father never fell sick once in the wild, both would die not long after leaving the jungle. Why? Let's find out. But before we dive in, make sure to like this video and tell me in the comments where in the world you're watching from. It was a peaceful evening in 1972 in Quang Ngai Province, Vietnam. Families gathered inside their huts. The jungle outside was calm. Then, the world exploded. A US bomb tore through the small village. The shockwave flattened homes. Fire lit the sky. In seconds, lives were erased. Among them was the Ho family. Lang's mother and 2 of his brothers were killed instantly. Only his father, Hovan Lang, and the toddler survived. Imagine the grief of that moment. A father cradling his only surviving child, standing in the ruins of his home, convinced more bombs would fall. Thon believed the war was endless. He thought soldiers were everywhere and that the world outside was nothing but death. So he ran. He carried Lang into the jungle, and he never looked back. At first, it was survival, just surviving the next night. Thon built a shelter from branches and leaves. They ate roots and wild fruit. He caught animals with traps made from vines. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And slowly, survival became life. Lang grew up knowing no other world. His home wasn't a village. It was a tree hut built from bamboo and palm leaves. His toys were sticks, stones, and mud. His meals came from bananas, manioc, and the meat of wild rats or snakes. To us, this sounds unthinkable. To Lang, it was normal, because he had nothing to compare it to. Lang never saw another child, never heard laughter outside his father's voice. He wore clothes made from tree bark. He slept on a mat of leaves. He learned to climb trees like an animal, to swim in rivers, to track footprints in the dirt. His father taught him to survive, how to light fires, how to fish with sharpened sticks, how to eat insects when food ran low. But he also taught him something else, fear. Whenever planes roared overhead, Thon told his son, "That's the enemy. If they find us, we die." For Lang, the sky wasn't full of machines. It was full of gods, and people were the greatest danger of all. The years passed, decades passed, the world outside changed, the war ended, cities grew, technology advanced, but deep in the jungle, nothing changed. Lang still believed war raged on. He believed his father's words. He believed every stranger was an enemy. And here's the strangest detail. He didn't even know women existed. For 41 years, half of humanity was hidden from him. Think about that. No concept of mothers, sisters, wives, love, family. His father was the only person he ever knew. Then, everything changed. It was 2013. A group of villagers hunting deep in the forest stumbled across a strange hut. They found 2 men, thin, weathered, dressed in bark clothing. It was Thon and Lang. At first, both men panicked. Thon shouted that the war was still going. He thought the villagers were enemies come to kill him, but the truth was shocking. The war had ended more than 4 decades earlier. For the world, it was a discovery straight out of legend. For Lang, it was the most terrifying day of his life. Imagine being 41 years old and seeing the modern world for the first time. Cars rushing past, lights glowing at night, machines that talked. Lang stared at everything with disbelief. But the biggest shock: women. He didn't know they were real until he met them. Reporters were stunned. Scientists were fascinated. But for Lang, it was overwhelming. He didn't understand language, money, technology, society. It was like he had stepped out of a time capsule, a man pulled straight out of 1972. But here's the cruel twist. For more than 40 years in the jungle, Lang and his father never once got seriously sick. They ate natural food. They drank fresh water. They breathed clean air. Their immune systems were strong. But when they returned to society, everything changed. Tarzan died in 2017. Lang followed in 2021, taken by liver cancer at only 52 years old. Doctors believed the sudden change, from natural living to processed food and modern stress, was too much for their bodies. The jungle had kept them alive. Civilization destroyed them. So what do we learn from Hovan Lang's story? It's not just survival, it's a tragedy. It's the story of a father who thought he was protecting his son, only to trap him in a world of fear. And the story of a son who grew up believing the world was still at war, only to die when he finally saw peace. Would you choose the jungle or society, freedom or safety? Tell me in the comments, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. And I'll see you in the next video.